Welcome to the show, Victoria Beale, a seasoned entrepreneur and visionary business leader with over 2 decades of experience in corporate strategy and business development, operational excellence, renowned for your ability to drive growth and deliver measurable results. You have founded and led multiple enterprises across diverse sectors. You're the founder of Business Live Ltd, designed and delivered over 3,000 high profile events, bringing together global decision makers and generating transformative business opportunities. It's a real great pleasure to have you on the show with us today, Victoria. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
Thank you so much, Tom. Well, it's brilliant to be here, first of all, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm a proud mother of 5 kids. I raised them myself pretty much, as well as doing all those things.
Mm.
And my career started in recruitment at the age of 16. When I
Yeah.
left school, I did study performing arts, and I was singing from a very young age as well in church.
Mhm.
So there's a kind of a bit of a prelude to what I'm doing now, really.
Yeah.
So fast forward sort of 20 years, I did a really kind of good stint in recruitment, and I worked my way up to director level.
Mm.
And then I was kind of sidetracked, really, is the only word to describe it, by an Olympian called Chris Akabusi.
Mhm.
He was a gold Olympian in the 80s. He's a good friend of mine. And basically, I put an idea to him over a bottle of wine and a pizza, as you do. This is back in 2009. I said, look, Chris, the world needs a bit of a shake-up. You know, we have terms like credit crunch, downturn. There was a big recession happening. And I said, come on, everyone's got to pay the bills. They've got to put food on the table.
Mm.
I'm not having any of this. So he was like, yes, what should we do together? So I said, look, let's do an event. And I'd never done an event before. I threw myself in at the deep end. And then Chris turned around, got his diary out, and was like, right, when are we doing this?
Yeah.
So then I was kind of like committed. And I thought, well, it can't be that hard to do events. You know, I've been in recruitment so many years. So put this big conference together with, you know, major corporations, FTSE 100. And yeah, it just kind of spiraled from there, really. I got known as the events person in my local town, and got quite sort of well known, actually. And then obviously fast forward 10 years to 2019. So after giving birth to baby number 5, and then we went into lockdown. My partner at the time decided to leave. So there I was with 4 kids, 2 homeschooling and 2 under the age of 3. Um, it
Wow.
was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
So I decided to put my business community networking skills and event skills online. And
Yeah.
I created Business Live Online. We had 225 people register, 120 showed up. And then every year since 2020, I have been running very successful global online networking sessions, and people seem to really love them. We do tend to attract people that don't tend to go networking very much. They don't have time. So we
Mm.
do get people who are on that growth spurt in their business. And then the other part of the business is that I create bespoke events, lead generating events, to help companies grow their companies using both online and in-person events. So that's a real quick
Yeah.
snapshot there, just to follow on from what you said.
Yeah. Fantastic.
How much is music involved in what you do?
Well, music has been a big part of my life. So I have mix of Irish, Sicilian, American, English, equal mix of all 4 from my grandparents, great grandparents. So from birth, I'm going to church. I'm doing solos of Latin for the choirs from the age of 5. I mean, I used to get professionally trained as well. So literally, I'm a singer, really, at heart. That's actually what I wanted to do as a child, as most kids, you know, have stars in their eyes. But I was, you know, sort of brought back down to earth by the people around me. No, that's not a proper job. So unfortunately, I kind of ditched it. And music was also a big part of my life because I played the violin from the age of 6 to 16. So I can read and write music as well. And I got to grade 7. So I was just one away from being able to teach. But I gave it all up, you know. I was in the Royal Albert Hall a few times playing Vivaldi at a very young age. So yes, in answer to your question, it's basically in the blood. And that's why I'm so excited to bring it into my business now.
How much do you love music?
It's just the ultimate release when I've had pain in my life. It's been cathartic. It brings me joy. It brings me peace. It's the number one cure for mental health, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And in your line of music, is there a lot of people that sign up for your events that are involved in music?
It's starting to grow, yes. It really has started to grow organically. I mean, our mutual friend Richard has been massively helpful, bringing some
Yeah.
really key figures like yourself to me. But what we're trying to do with our network is trying to bring the business world with the show business world. So
Hmm.
films, music, TV, fashion, all the creative arts. Those guys are brilliant at what they do. But the business side and the business acumen naturally is not going to be as strong. We're talking about creative people here, which I am one, by the way. I've had to
Yeah.
learn spreadsheets and bookkeeping.
Yeah.
No, I'll let someone else do that.
Yeah,
I just want to create stuff. But we need those good people. So we've created a community of really solid individuals, from lawyers, accountants to really nice people. And I have to say, every single person in our community is very spiritual as well. It's just happened that way. But again, I think when you're very in tune and high frequency, and you've got music in your blood and your soul, then you are naturally spiritual by default. It's kind of all goes hand in hand, doesn't it? So
it does. Tom?
I just want to talk a little bit about the global online networking that you do. Is that kind of just online workshops in things like this in Zoom, or how do people get involved in them, and what are they like to actually join? What happens in them?
Well, they're normally 1 hour. And if we have a major artist or a speaker, then I'll increase it to 90 minutes, only because what I find is that people, their attention span drops,
Yeah,
or they
sure.
have other things they need to do in their business, particularly when you're creating something online.
Yeah.
So the way that these manifest themselves, and I've kept it the same for the last 6 years. We're going into our 6th year now of doing this. It's a well-honed model that works brilliantly. So I generally welcome everyone. And then we make sure that all of our members get to introduce themselves to everyone. That's like one of the membership benefits, if you like. Then we go into the breakout rooms. So we basically put everyone, let's say 4 or 5 people into a room each, and we have, rooms with 4 or 5 people in on Zoom, obviously. I say rooms. And each room has a project manager, and I tell them they have to ask these 4 questions. Who are you? What does your business do? What does your business do well, like better than anyone else? And who are you looking to connect with? Because I'm teaching them to go and accelerate their networking journey. And by doing that, they come out and they're all smiling. Then we have a couple of speakers who might be well-known people, or they might be some of our members or partners or whoever. And it's generally an educational piece. So I'd be asking them the same kind of questions you're asking me. Then we have straight away questions, because again, people get bored. So to make sure we keep them engaged online through a computer screen, we're getting the audience involved all the time. Then we're straight back into a networking session, and it's just a rinse and repeat 3 times. And then at the end, everyone's happy. And I mean, honestly, I get so many positive comments, like things like, oh, it's the best networking I've ever attended. Who can go to a networking event and meet, Skyler Jett or Dee Anderson or Richard or, and then John Smith Limited in the same place, So it really is quite unique. And I know that I'm not saying this through, trying to be biased, but I've done this for 6 years now. And I've been running events for over, for 16 years. So it works. The formula is really good. I'm actually in talks about going on the road and singing and doing some stuff at the moment with some people, because I really miss that. So watch this space, everyone.
How much do you know about social conscious music?
Only really from what you've told me in our
Wow.
short time of knowing each other. I mean, I can kind of guess. If you'd said to me, what do you think it means? I could kind of guess it, but I really would love to to know more, and I want obviously to get involved as much as I can, because I can see it's definitely aligned with my personal values.
That's right. That's right. Um, it's fun for us because, a lot of people write music. They don't write a lot of social conscious music,
No.
but we can put a whole show together, right? With the conscious music that they write. And like, I get this from all people like, man, we need more of that. People are tired of bad news, right?
Correct.
So we're all on the case, and it's fun and it's growing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Really wonderful. Tom?
Mm. You mentioned the creation of events that you do. Are these events that you're talking about? They're kind of live events, kind of face to face events, or is it very much still kind of online at the moment? Or
We do both.
you do both?
Yeah, we do both. Yeah. So the live ones tend to be the sort of bread and butter, if you like, 50 to 100 people, for a sit down lunch, 3-course lunch, some decent speakers who are well known, and high level networking. Again, in the same kind of structure that we do online, we do the same thing in person. It works brilliantly. I have done quite a few exhibitions as well, with 3,000-4,000 people in each one. And then major conferences where you've got like 6 big speakers, and it's an all-day thing. I've pretty much done every type of live event you can think of. But I haven't done like a music festival type, but I could pretty much know I could do it, because obviously I've had a lot of experience in the other ones. So
yeah. How do you find your speakers? Are they people that you've approached and kind of said, this is what I want to achieve? Can you come and speak to us? How does that work?
due to the nature of what I do, because I have such a large community and a following, and generally people can see that just by looking at my LinkedIn and my background and so forth. A lot of speakers, maybe not the likes of Tony Robbins, because they've already kind of made it, right? But the ones that are aspiring to be, or they're going up the ladder and they're still on their journey, they literally all want to come and work with us. Yeah.
Sure. Excellent.
What kind of music do you prefer?
Do you know what? I can't say any particular genre. I like stuff from Eminem, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper. I'm not so keen on this heavy, like grungy. My kids like it, but I'm not into that. When you can't hear what they're
Yeah.
saying. Anything with it's strong melody with a message or a purpose behind it. I'm not so much into the teeny bopper type stuff. Each their own. Some of the rave stuff, even, all the stuff from like the 90s. I mean, you've got some amazing tunes that we were, in a sort of hedonistic type, time then, but they are, they're still being played today. And my young kids who weren't even around then absolutely adore those songs. So there's a particular era in the 90s. I think it was some amazing music made. Yeah. And before.
Any artists from the 70s?
So I'm a big Studio 54 disco Motown lover. Is that the 70s? Have I got that right? Just sorry if I haven't. I was born in 77, so I was born the year that Elvis passed, unfortunately. But all that music that was drummed into me through my grandparents and my parents. So of course, Diana Ross and Supremes, and it was just there, as well as Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. My father really opened me up to different genres from a very young age. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And do you listen to like jazz and stuff like that?
Yeah, I could like a bit of jazz and the scat. When they do the scat thing on there, I love all of that. And it fascinates me. And yeah, I mean, I sing. I was singing Mama Cass the other day. I don't know what genre you'd put that into. But yeah, these are the tunes that will never ever go anywhere. You know, they're timeless,
Yeah.
Yeah.
timeless classics.
What would you tell an inspiring person that wants to be an event manager or something like that?
What would I tell them? Well, I would say go and get some training in business first, stay at school,
Yeah,
try
yeah.
and learn maths, because you need to know your numbers in anything you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also make sure that you go into the hospitality industry, and work a little bit in the hospitality industry. It's really good to understand, and I did that as well. And I worked very closely with the restaurant for about 7 years. So I understood every aspect of running a venue, as well as being able to promote it and have an event in it. So then it was transferable skills, that's what I would do.
I hear you working with women organizations.
Yes, I am. Yes, I have just accepted the role of CEO, subject to contracts, obviously, as these things are. But I am allowed to say that. It's
Mhm.
one of the largest female business clubs in the world. They're active in 92 countries.
Mm.
The lady behind it, Angela, is a dear friend of mine. Again, very spiritual lady, spinning lots of plates like me. We're very similar. But she has built this huge female empowerment platform whereby the driver is to empower and educate women who want to be business owners.
Mm.
She's actually translated a lot of the material into 52 languages. So it means that any woman really in any country can access the information and learn, the step-by-step guide really of how to be a successful business person. So she's built
Mhm.
this platform from scratch. It's all bespoke. It's absolutely amazing. And now she's in a position where she can hand it over to someone. She's done all the work. She's also created a magazine as well, which is
Mm.
amazing. So there's the magazine, there's the business club, and then there's the business awards. So all three elements I will be taking over as CEO. But it's
Wow.
great because that gives us the female empowerment arm
Yeah.
to our company, and then we're giving her the entertainment, music, real estate, business arm to her company. So the two work together. We have access to investors, to family offices, to VCs, probably more so than she does. So it's very kind of synergetic. So that's going to be big news for 2026. Yeah.
I love.
There's a ton of stuff that you do as a company. How big of a team are you? Is there a lot of you doing this, or how many have you got working for you and kind of putting on these events?
Well, the face of it is me, obviously.
Mm.
I'm the person that has conceptualized this whole business.
Yeah.
However, as of last year, my good friend Chris Beswick, who is a world leader in innovation and also an investor,
Mhm.
he joined the company, he invested, he has helped, let's say he's the architect and I'm the builder
Yeah.
in the company, yeah,
Mm.
which is the easy way to put it.
Sure.
Nikki, his wife, who's a dear friend of mine as well, she heads up all the marketing. So she does all of our marketing emails and graphics and everything. So it's basically the three of us as the core team, and then
Yeah.
the rest of it are just founding members and partners and affiliates. It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's a lean, mean machine. It doesn't
Sure.
need a lot of
No.
staff.
Yeah.
So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you still involved in music?
well, not as much as I would want to be, but I am now, as of a few weeks ago, because I was singing in someone's house on their karaoke, and everyone was like blown away, and they was like, why don't you do this? So my friend actually was in the music industry, so she's basically said, right, we're going on the road, so we're now planning to do that in the new year as well, maybe sooner, and do some stuff, in the local clubs or whatever. It's not something that I have thought about returning to at this late stage of my life, but I'm very happy to be persuaded otherwise if people out there would think that I was good enough for
Mm.
whatever. I'm open to anything. Life's for
Yeah.
living.
Definitely.
You say you played violin.
Yeah, I
Will,
did.
will you be doing that? Will you be performing with violin at those shows, or
No.
just singing?
So honestly, I wish I had the memory banks, but I was 6 years old when I started the violin. I was 16 when I finished it, and now I'm 48, nearly 49, and I didn't pick it up at all since.
Yeah.
I'm sure with a couple of months I could, but it's not. That's not the thing that drives me, because I played the recorder as well. I played the recorder, the treble, and the violin. But I'd rather just sing now, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think that God has blessed me with the instrument here.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you for taking the time to come on our show today.
Yeah.
And Tom's probably going to ask you another question before we close out. But man, we appreciate you and the privilege. Yeah.
I just want to know what if you've got any next sort of big projects you've got coming up with regards to the networking side of things. Have you got any big events that are coming up for you?
Well, good question. We're planning a series of, I'm going to create this networking event that no one else is doing. This is the other thing I like to do, is do things that no one else is doing on that side of the community. So I have a very good friend, Nigel, of New London Media, who has a podcasting suite. He's just built this showroom in London Bridge. So I'm going to do some live podcasting sessions. So it's going to be, imagine an evening. We go there, there'll be like obviously a drinks reception in the showroom.
Yeah.
And then I will have pre-booked, let's say 5 or 6 guests, maybe up to 10, let's say. Very short, sharp, like we're doing here, but shorter. And we'll have a live audience. It'll be the other people in the networking. No one else is doing it, so I'm going to do it.
Right.
Wow.
So that's what we've got planned for London next year. And then, but we are interested in working with people globally. We've got connections at royal family level, political level, in most continents around the world. So, if people want us to travel, we will, and we can do stuff in their city or whatever. We're up for that. We're up for collaborations as well.
Perfect. Well, Tom's going to get all your info so we can spread the love.
Thank you.
For our viewers, really, Victoria, just any kind of social media and or website information you've got that you can give us, to what we'll do is pop it into the description of the video here for you, and people can go off and check out what you do.
So it's Elite Crowd Makers, all together, elitecrowdmakers.global. It's a very easy website to locate us.
Victoria, bless you for the privilege of your time.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.